Okay guys, last time I made this, I kind of went a little bit off topic, so I decided I'm going to be doing a script for this next part of the video. We're back in this little part of the area you can get. Oof. Just tripped myself. So we're back in this little part of the area, and yeah, let's keep doing Avatar stuff. Oh, but first, we did hit 15 subscribers, and I've decided to delay the opening of my second channel as it's going to start later in the summer. I'll post a video telling you when I open it, and I have decided what it's going to be called. Probably come up with some cool. So yeah. But I did hit 15 subs, so I thank all of you for remaining subscribed. Even though my content hasn't been the greatest, so the staff of wonders. Yeah. So now we go on to the second part of my Avatar video. Let's go. So today we're starting on Book 2, Earth. I will do my major criticism, my major, what I love the most, and a summary. So Book 2 starts out with Aang. He knows he's done learning water. Katara will teach him more, but he is done in the North Pole. He has left the North Pole, and he's going to Omashu to learn from King Bumi, who's actually a childhood friend, one of the side quests that they do. But Bumi City, Omashu, has been taken over by Azula, princess of the Fire Nation and Zuko's sister. And Zuko and Iroh are now traitors. In the first episode, Zuko is told he's allowed back home, and Iroh is actually skeptical, and it turns out he is right. Azula is just trying to get them aboard her ship, and then they're going home, and they're going to imprison both of them, because they're considered traitors. Poor Zuko. That's my Halloween costume. I'm just going to paint a Zuko scar, get a red robe, and just go to Zuko. I don't know. And Aang goes to this Earth Kingdom camp, and a general there says he can fight the Fire Lord while in the Avatar state. So they try and get him into the Avatar state. And the general actually gets him into the Avatar state by threatening Katara's life, by trapping her underground. And it does work, but now we learn that if the Avatar is killed in the Avatar state, he will lose his connection to all of his past lives, and the Avatar will cease to exist. He dies in the Avatar state, there's no Avatar. And this is my shtick. Woohoo! What? Oof. What did I write down next? Okay, anyway, so next, they go and try and rescue King Bumi, and it turns out King Bumi doesn't think that tells Aang that he's not the right teacher for him. He has to find a teacher who's mastered neutral Jing, which is complete, he listens and waits. A teacher who listens and waits. Turns out, that person is Toph Beifong, the most badass female character in existence. I think I broke the shtick. I got one shtick, two shticks, three shticks in one. Okay, never mind. She is blind, and she sees with earthbending. She literally she stomps in the ground and she sees, but she can't see anywhere that there's no earth to bend. like metal until something happens in book 3 that's just completely insane, and I'm not going to mention. It's grounding with snow. And she eventually fights off a whole bunch of pro earthbenders. She's pretty much an earthbending wrestler. She's a blind bandit. But her parents don't allow her to fight. They don't know that she's the blind bandit. They are overprotective, and after she leaves, she runs away from home to join Aang. They believe that he kidnapped her. So they sent 2 very powerful earthbenders to go get her. Jin Fu and Master Yu. Those are their names. What happens next? They get into some disagreements. They get chased by Azula a lot. Like a lot. And then they fight. There's a big battle where Azula, she's a very powerful firebender. She goes 6-on-1 against Iroh, Zuko, Aang, who knows how to earth, water, and airbend. Zuko, Iroh, Aang, Katara, Toph, and Sokka. Sokka, it's pretty much a 5-on-1, but Sokka's also there. And according to Toph, when they are originally going to fight, we can take them 3-on-3. Actually, Toph, there's 4 of us. Oh, I didn't count you. No bending and all. I can still fight! Okay, 3-on-3 plus Sokka. That is the word. So it's 5-on-5 plus Sokka. And the only person there who could beat her a 1-on-1 is Iroh. He's a very powerful firebender. Like, he can breathe fire out of his mouth. He's a freaking dragon. His nickname is the Dragon of the West. He lost his son, which makes him sad. Otherwise, he would have been the next Fire Lord. Because he was older than Fire Lord Ozai, Zuko's father, who's kind of a bitch. Sorry. Kind of strong language there, but yeah, that's really strong language. I might have to go and censor that out, but I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. My apologies. But Iroh was just peace-loving, because after his son died, he didn't want to fight anymore, because his son died in fighting. And Ozai took the throne after pretty much just killing his father. His grandfather, Zuko's great-grandfather, Fire Lord Sozin, he killed all the airbenders. So that's going to come in later, as Ozai's going to try and kill off another nation. Might succeed, might not. So anyway, after this, Azula takes out Iroh by shooting him with blue fire, and then she escapes. After they all do a really cool synchronized attack on her. Like, everyone takes their element and just goes wham, bam, bam, right at her. But she still escapes. And then Zuko, before that, is the episode Zuko Alone, which is, in my opinion, the best episode in the series, apart from the 4-part finale of Sozin's Comet. Sozin's Comet is, of course, the celestial object that will give all the firebenders the power to take over the world, as it gives them the strength of 100 suns, and they draw their power from the sun. And if you're an extremely powerful firebender like Iroh, you could probably, burn pretty much the entire city of Ba Sing Se to the ground. And the event only lasts for 1 hour. They could do that. That's how Sozin wiped out the airbenders. Anyway, so then they go to Ba Sing Se, and then they go to the library. We get introduced to the Order of the White Lotus, a secret society that transcends the boundaries of the 4 nations, blah, blah, blah. And Iroh is a very high-ranking member in it. He's a Grand Lotus, which is pretty much a general, I'd like to say. I'm not an expert. I just watch a lot of videos from people who are experts. But anyway, sorry, I'm getting really sensual. Anyway, Then Appa gets lost after they return from a spirit's library, and in that spirit's library they find out about the Day of Black Sun, a solar eclipse that will render the firebending's power useless, as they cannot firebend without the sun. Like in the Siege of the North Part 2, when Zhao kills the moon spirit, so there is no moon, they can't waterbend. It puts them at a severe disadvantage. But it only lasts for 10 minutes. So they plan to launch an invasion with the Earth King Kuei's support of the Earth Kingdom's armies. They plan to go invade them. Aang is going to go all on the Fire Lord while he can't bend. And then Appa goes missing. They find out, and they get out, and Appa is stolen by sandbenders. Toph, who didn't go into the library, can't do anything, as she can't see. And people might be like, but Mason, there's sand, and sand is pretty much earth. She hasn't learned how to sandbend yet. She works on it so she can see in sand and in metal. But no, like air and water, she can't see water. But, yeah, then a lot of depressing stuff in Ba Sing Se happens. We meet the Dai Li, pretty much the Secret Service. They're a police force they're corrupt. Azula infiltrates the city as a Kyoshi warrior. As Kyoshi warriors are, it's another one of those side quest episodes where we meet Suki. And the Kyoshi, this is back in season 1, the Kyoshi warriors are a group of girl warriors who actually trained Sokka for a bit, and Sokka was kind of sexist. So, yeah, the waterbenders are kind of sexist. So yeah, eventually he comes around and gets trained by them, and Suki starts to get feelings for him. And we actually see her again in the Serpent's Pass, where they lead a family over in the Serpent's Pass, where the Fire Nation patrols one side, and there's a freaking serpent who lives there. Hecking serpent. Ow, I just hit myself with a stick. And so they get across, they get to Ba Sing Se, and then there's the drill. Azula takes a hecking drill to the wall of Ba Sing Se and tries to get through, but they're foiled. And actually, Azula has 2 minions. Their names are Mei, who can throw knives, and Ty Lee, who's a chi blocker. She temporarily removes people's bending. It's really cool. I can't go into a lot of detail, but anyway, in the series finale, they meet Jet again, who's a freedom fighter. They're a bunch of kids who hate the Fire Nation and go to extreme levels to fight them. And we meet him again, and they go off and they help him after they find out that the Dai Li has been brainwashing people who know about the war, because they don't want there to be any war. They want to take power, remove the Earth King from office, and just do a lot of stuff. And they're led by Long Fang. And Zuko and Iroh open a tea shop. And then Katara finds out that Azula, Mei, and Ty Lee were disguised as Kyoshi warriors and infiltrated the city. She gets captured along with Zuko. Iroh doesn't. Iroh and the gang go down and try and find them. And they're actually reunited with Appa after that sad episode that was Appa's Lost Days. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just so sad. Appa's Lost Days, so sad. Dang writers, what did you do to us? I'm just kidding, I'm fine, but Appa's Lost Days is very sad. Then we get Crossroads of Destiny, which is a very interesting series finale. Jet gets killed while finding Appa. Then they fight Azula, who's now taken over the Dai Li and is now pretty much the ruler of Ba Sing Se. They kidnap Toph and Sokka, after they go to try and warn the Earth King about them. And they eventually get out of prison because Toph can metal bend now. She literally can metal bend after getting captured by those two earthbending masters. Sokka reunites with his dad, and Aang goes to try and master the Avatar state. That was a whole bunch of filler that happened before that. The episode The Guru has Sokka reuniting with, has all of them. It has all of that. Aang actually eventually abandons his training to go rescue Katara because he has a crush on her. He loves her. There's crushing going on in this. But in the episode finale, I need to speed this up. Aang actually gets shot with lightning while in the Avatar state, essentially killing him, which pretty much ends the Avatar cycle, but he's brought back to life by Katara's healing water. Really powerful healing water. So now, on to my criticism. There really isn't much criticism that I can do for this. It's a great one, but the only thing I can really say is Appa's Lost Days was cruel, and I am going on a tight schedule, so I really need to hurry this up. I can't go for much longer. Book 2 is definitely one of the best books. Book 3, Fire, is going to be probably the shortest video, but it's probably going to be one of my better ones, because it's great. And my Zuko just goes through a major character arc, and eventually siding with Azula in the end to help defeat Aang is amazing, and he's going to be welcomed back as a hero of the Fire Nation. And the Earth Kingdom has fallen, Fire Nation just won the war. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a single video. And for now, text